All right, so I stayed another day in Toronto to go back to the motorhome place, Cruise Canada, and we went in and checked out the three different motorhomes, and the littlest one clearly won't work for us, and the big one is clearly the best for us. And we talked to, out of the three sizes, the middle one would work. And we talked to them there and asked some questions and found out that they have a variety of deals that we wouldn't have known about if we hadn't have gone in, including the 25% discount on miles. Not sure or kilometers, how, same difference. Not sure how long that goes. He doesn't actually know how long it goes, but we found out that we can put a $300 deposit down that's totally refundable until 7 days before, so no problem there. I didn't do it on the spot because I still want to talk to Cindy and just double triple check that that's exactly what he said, and that that's what the contract says and not just what the guy behind the counter said. But yeah, it looks really encouraging that we were hoping to do a super mondo long trip down to Florida, over across Texas to San Diego, up through Vegas, and then out to the Bay Area, up to Vancouver, across Jasper Park in Alberta to Edmonton, down through Salt Lake City over to Colorado, and then zigzagging across the U.S. But we found out that they have a really awesome deal every May. The factory that makes these motorhomes here in Toronto, they drive about 125 of them over to the facility we were at, and it just absolutely crowds them beyond any ability to operate properly. And they have a super awesome deal for people to drive them for a month with pretty much unlimited mileage, and then for $20 a night. But they pick them up in Toronto and they drop them off in either Calgary or Vancouver. And so it looks like we'll probably do the second leg of this trip. We'll do it in two separate stages. And so we're looking to go down across the south to San Diego, up and through Vegas, and then Salt Lake and Denver, and across Kansas, Missouri, up to Chicago, and then home, either down through Ohio and Pennsylvania, upstate New York. Or we'll cut up into Canada, go through Detroit into Windsor, and cut across Canada. But that's probably like $50 more in gas than going the U.S. route. So it also sort of just depends on where the more floxies are that want to meet with us, or where we can organize events, and that's really going to be the determining factor a lot of times in where we end up going. And we've got this rough blueprint of what we'll do, but we're filling in the gaps where people step up and say, yeah, you can come park in front of my house and shower at our house, or yeah, we'll organize a rally in that city. I've got some people that will come and help and make it happen, or whatever. So it's coming together. We are. It certainly was affordable talking to him, and he confirmed that there are quite a few businesses like the one that we were looking at that do arrange leases of their vehicles, and sometimes the deals are better. But and so yeah, he said that's a possibility too. But he showed us a pretty good deal, and the May thing is really awesome. So we're going to follow through and see whether the company Nomad Cool Drive it seems to be legit. It looks to be legit. It just they have basically a brutal refund policy, and that's probably the difference in their pricing paradigm, is that they charge less and give a bit more, but if you aren't able to go, it's too bad. You still paid at least 90%, I guess, 90% plus fees, which comes down to darn near everything you spent. It's possible on a big long trip that later in the trip is within the time frame that you can disqualify. So you might be able to, if we were on a 2-month trip and it was a 45-day notice that, and we might be able to get the final 15 days back completely because we'd be able to give them 45 days notice on that. But so that's the difference in that we can get the same trip for probably 2/3 from this other company. But boy, if we can't go for some reason, we're screwed. Anyway, but that's the good news. We looks like we can do this. We're gonna make a massive road trip happen and organize rallies or meetings with politicians or just meetups, or we're gonna go hand out awareness cards in groups at malls. We're gonna meet with doctors and pharmacists and medical centers. We're gonna meet with politicians. We're going to do whatever we can. I'm going to stand by state houses and bark into a bullhorn like I did in D.C., and we'll make eventually a clip where it's just got me doing that in a whole bunch of different cities with the state houses and capitals in the background. We're just going to do whatever we can. We're going to be a rolling store with tie-dye, or with shirts, FQ shirts of different types, including tie-dyes that I make. And we'll have copies of Cindy's book, assuming it's, we're waiting on that to be published. And so that is a book promo tour as part of this. And bumper stickers, posters, we'll have petitions, we'll have literature, we'll have all kinds of things. And we'll be actually rolling around helping some of the Floxies that are in the worst shape. Not that we can do a whole lot, but roll in and just do some cooking and cleaning and yard work or whatever needs to be done for Floxies that really need help. So we're hoping that other people join us. It's almost like I used to follow the Grateful Dead around, so we kind of call it FLOX TOUR 2020, and we're hoping people join us in their campers or vans or whatever, and maybe even riders with us, and that people come in and like we'll be in a town, and then the next place will be like a state capital, and hopefully people will join us from the town we're in and follow to the state capital, and that the people in the town we'll be in after that will come to the state capital and also be there, and then they'll roll along with us back to their town, and so on and so forth, so that we can not only have Floxies from wherever we're at, but from all the areas nearby. To really swarm into politicians' offices, like, hey, this isn't just a couple people, this is a bunch of people from your state and from the next state over that are here to tell you, and from Canada, to tell you about what is going on with these drugs. Yeah, so we're gonna make this happen.
Yep, it looks like it's gonna happen.
And hopefully my teeth are fixed by then.
Oh yeah.
I was brushing my dentures and they fell and hit the little metal ring in the middle of the washroom sink and chipped just a tiny little nick out of the thing, and it's been enough to not maintain a vacuum. Yeah, it's just so I put them in and they fall back down.
Oh.
It sucks. So.
Yeah. So that's it. What day is today?
Today was Wednesday, the 27th of November. We're looking at leaving sometime in mid-February. It's the 10th, penciled in from mid-February to mid-March for the first trip, and then in May for the second trip, because I guess that's early May is when they get those motorhomes. We can start booking those trips in January, and I guess they go pretty quick. So we're going to be in touch with him, and I think I left my sunglasses there, so I'm gonna let him know that that was me, and that I'm missing my sunglasses, and that we'll come get them when we get our van or our motorhome.
Yeah, he'll have to check the trucks too, just in case.
Yeah, it's probably sitting in that first
one.
Yeah, well, I went in. It was
you
like,
should leave a message tonight because they're closed.
Yeah.
Just to say, we were there today, and blah blah blah, and then we'll be back in another month. Actually, you might be coming back next month here, right?
Next month or the month after,
yeah.
Yeah, we're hoping I'm gonna come back and interview one of the pharmacists that we had lunch with, and
Leslie Dam. We're hoping to be able to actually
a couple, a few of them we need to connect with on a few different things.
Yeah. Yeah, just to see if we can give us some of the connections.
Yeah, we want to arrange research. And Leslie Dan, one of the pharmacists that we met, the School of Pharmacology at University of Toronto here is named after him, and he donated a lot of money for the building. So he's got connections. So yeah, research, that's what we're doing.
Yep. Okay, so we'll keep you all posted and, you know, what's happening step by step. So in the next few months, a little bit of excitement, you know, because we're feeling really good that this is all going to come through. And I guess we'll know really by the end of December or January.
Yeah, early
right
January.
now we're still, we don't want to commit to anything. Unless, I don't know, if we're not going to lose too much on if we go with this company.
Yeah.
Right? Then we can even book that, you know, after Cindy goes through everything and you guys go through it. So maybe next month.
Yeah, even sooner than that. Because
maybe even sooner.
Because we can, I mean, and we can book it, and if we can get our $300 back,
then
you know,
we
as
have
soon as
nothing.
we actually know what days it work for Cindy, you
absolutely.
know.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
Have a great night.
Yep. Have a great one.